Hello, this is Kebilytics. Welcome to today's session. This particular video is created based on popular request, so do well to watch it to the end. And if you find it useful, please don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. This video help one to be able to generate descriptive table for continuous variables based on the application of knowledge discussed on normality testing and measures of central tendency. We are on a JAS platform and we would like to upload our data sets and proceed with our analysis. So we click on open, go to our computer, go to the JAS, and then we select our data number 2. We open, in a few seconds, our data is loaded. Here we have about 6 parameters. Majority of them are continuous variables, with gender being categorical variable. So we want to see whether our variables are normally distributed or not normally distributed. So we'll load them and see whether they are parametric or non-parametric. That will inform us as to whether we represent them as mean plus or minus standard deviation or median plus or minus the MAD. So we check the Shapiro-Wilk normality test, and it tells us that our first 3 variables are parametric variables, whilst the last 2 variables are non-parametric variables. So it means that for LDL, WC, uric acid, we are going to represent them with mean plus or minus standard deviation, while for DP, diastolic pressure, fasting blood glucose, FBG, we'll be representing them with median plus or minus the mean absolute deviation. Or in some jurisdictions, they will represent it as median into brackets, the minimum, and then the maximum. But for this video, we are going to represent our non-parametric variables as median plus or minus the MAD. So yes, we are going to also explore how gender has effects on it. So maybe we would want to split the data sets into male and female and see whether the male distribution and the female distributions also follow normal Gaussian distribution or not. Now, apparently, all the variables are consistent with the total. So, irrespective of whether you're male or female, for LDL, WC, uric acid, they are all parametric. And same can be said of the BP and then FBG. They are all non-parametric. So it means that we can represent them with our mean, median, standard deviation, MAD, respectively, for parametric and non-parametric variables. So in order to generate that table, we'll go to Excel and continue from there. So what we're going to do is that we are going to pick the values here and move them to Excel for that table generation. Good. So we are now in Excel, and we have our values duly transferred to Excel. So we have the WC, uric acid, low density lipoprotein, DP, FBG, all the values there and all that. So now we are going to insert a symbol plus or minus. So we quickly go to insert, and then we insert symbol and we close. So our value is here. We copy it, then we select all these variables. We select this and this. So we'll go to home, and we'll come to number, and we'll come to custom, and then we add the plus or minus here. So we realize that it produces, or we have plus or minus added to our variable. We'll do same for the mean and the median. for male, and we'll do same for the mean and median for female. Good. So now what we're going to do is that we are going to copy these variables, and then we'll go to we'll go to Word, and we'll paste it there, and then copy from there and paste it back into Excel. In order for us to really appreciate why I did the copy and pasting into Word, I'll paste the copied one over here. So we realize that how this is expressed is different from this. So this has been shifted to the right side, while this has been shifted to the left side. Now let's see what happens if we try to concatenate. So we come here, equal to this. Okay, so we can actually just type concatenate this, and then this comma this. You realize that it combines the two variables or the two inputs here together. Now let's do same for this one that we copied from Excel to Word and back. So concatenate the same function. This time around, let's see what happens. Good. So you can see the difference. In this case, the plus and minus reflects. In this case, it doesn't. So it's very important that we copy and send it to Word and bring it back in order to avoid this situation. Good. Having established that, we will drag this down, and then we have our mean plus or minus standard deviation, our median plus or minus marked respectively. Okay, let's do it one by one. So we're going to concatenate this, and then this. Good. And then we would also concatenate this and this. Good. So we have gotten our values, and when we present it in a nice form, this is how it will look like. So we have the total here, and then we have male and we have female. This looks very presentable, and if we are able to run it on several other variables, we will be able to generate a table that looks like this. Subsequently, in our next videos, we will be able to walk ourselves through how to do inferential statistics, where we'll be doing comparison of mean between groups. Thank you very much for watching. We've been able to summarize what we have done in the first two videos, and we have applied it in generating a descriptive table for a continuous variables. If you find it useful, as usual, kindly like it, subscribe so you can always receive notifications when we load our videos, and finally share with all your colleagues who would need this in order to analyze their data. Until we meet again, it's a bye.